This is KGW News at 5.
You're taking a live look at downtown Portland this Christmas Eve. We are seeing some really wet conditions again, just rain from this view now, but Oregon is already in a state of emergency ahead of expected snow and freezing temperatures. Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Brittany Folkers. Severe winter weather is on its way, and with it, the possibility for power outages and dangerous travel. Meteorologist Chris McGinnis is here to keep us updated on that forecast. And Chris, we want to know, what can we expect to see later tonight going into Christmas Day?
Well, for tonight and in the metro area alone, we're just talking about rain, right? But hold on, because there is snow in the forecast probably within the next 36 hours or so here in Portland on the valley floor. For now, in terms of travel concerns, you're looking at one of them. This is Highway 26 up and over the Cascades through Government Camp. It is snowing hard up there. Winter storm warnings remain in effect in the Cascades. They remain in effect in the Oregon Coast Range as well, everywhere in pink under a winter storm warning. The warnings for the I-5 corridor from Longview through Portland, Salem, and all the way down to Eugene, those go into effect tomorrow afternoon, about 24 hours from now, when we think the air will finally be cold enough to support sticking snow all the way down close to the valley floor, if not by 4 or 5 o'clock tomorrow, certainly by midnight tomorrow. So I wanted to give you an idea of what's going on out there right now. The blue on this map, of course, means snow. The green means rain. Not lost in all this is that we've picked up 0.8 of an inch of rain since last night at this time here in Portland. So another very wet 24-hour period. And that same showery weather pattern will continue as the air continues to cool. So the snow showers will begin to lower. And with that in mind, I do have snow levels getting down to about 1,000 feet tonight. So some of Portland's West Hills, certainly some of the higher parts in Yamhill and Washington and Clark County also. You have a chance to see a little dusting of snow tonight. As we go into the day tomorrow, I think the snow level averages somewhere between about 500 and 1,000 feet. And by Saturday night, let's say from about 8 o'clock to midnight, I think is the time when the valley floor gets cold enough. Even if we have snowflakes in the air during the day on Saturday, they're not going to stick. But I think by Saturday night, we all get down pretty close to freezing, and that will allow for sticking snow by Saturday evening. And Saturday night and Sunday are going to be kind of slippery here across the region. I'll break down what we think might be some snowfall projections totals on the valley floor and elsewhere, and have a look ahead to a very cold 7-day forecast in just a few minutes.
All right, looking forward to it. Thanks, Chris. And back to that state of emergency that we mentioned at the top of the show. It went into effect earlier today, giving communities more tools to help them other people get in from the cold all across the region. Art Edwards shares the temporary options that can be life-saving with the weather that we have on the way.
The East Portland Community Center will host one of 5 severe winter weather shelters spread across Multnomah County. They'll open at 3 o'clock on Christmas Day. The city and county have been planning for months to be prepared for an event like this.
These sites will be open to anybody who is seeking warmth and shelter during the emergency.
Today, volunteers prepared the gym inside the East Portland Community Center, laying down a covering over the new gym floor and bringing in the supplies they'll need to take care of those who need a warm place to stay. They'll be able to accommodate 80 people here.
Unless you've been out in the cold for days on days, you can't really appreciate how great it is to have a spot where you can get, some warm food, get a few meals and stay warm throughout the day and hopefully not be, get a good night's sleep.
Washington County has winter weather shelters ready to take in those in need as well. Clackamas County is also prepared to open up winter weather shelters. Multnomah County Health Officer Dr. Jennifer Vines offered a warning about the danger of hypothermia.
It can happen slowly. It can also happen quickly, especially if someone is wet and without shelter. It looks like
that was Art Edwards reporting. TriMet is offering free rides for people going to a warming shelter. And if you need more information, you can call 211. And if you do see someone in danger because of the cold, call 911. As you prep for the freezing temps, don't forget your water pipes. The Portland Water Bureau has some recommendations to keep them working. Inside your house, open cabinet doors in the kitchen and bathrooms and keep that water running at a trickle. Outside, make sure all hoses are disconnected and cover outdoor faucets with a molded plastic or foam covers. And if you don't have those, newspapers or rags wrapped in plastic wrap are another good option.
If you do encounter a freeze in your pipes, this might be surprising, but try defrosting it with a hair dryer that can work to warm things up. Also make sure you keep your cabinet door open so that the heat from your home is also heating your pipes.
Okay, so if a pipe does burst, do not call 911. Close the water main valve to your home if you can, and contact your local water utility. And stick with KGW through the snow and cold over the next week. We're going to have you covered on air and online, and you can even stay up to date with the latest on conditions and check out live radar by downloading our KGW News app. The nationwide spike in Omicron cases is forcing flight cancellations across the country today. So far, there have been only 2 at PDX. United Airlines and Delta are each canceling more than 100 flights throughout the day around the country. JetBlue canceled about 50 flights. The airlines say that the surge in COVID cases has had a direct impact on flight crews and the people who run the day-to-day operations of the airlines. OHSU has a new outlook on the surge of Omicron in Oregon. It's still expected to overwhelm hospitals, but the peak is down significantly from the projection released just last week. Alma McCarty joins us live from the newsroom with the new numbers. Alma.
Well, the big headline from a news conference with Governor Kate Brown last week was that the Omicron variant would hit hospitals substantially harder than the Delta variant. OHSU's head of data forecasting has now tweaked his projection. Dr. Peter Graven now expects to see hospitalizations peak 50 people. If Oregonians don't get vaccinated or boosted, that number could climb to as high as 1,700. This is still lower than the projection last week, which forecasted as many as 3,000 hospitalizations at the peak. To give you some perspective, this is still expected to hit hospitals hard. On September 1st, Oregon's hospitalizations peaked at 1,187 people during that Delta surge. So why the change in the projections? Well, Dr. Graven says he adjusted for how people are expected to get boosters and Oregonians taking precautions to stop the spread. There's also new data from Denmark, which shows the hospitalization rates are quite a bit lower with Omicron than with Delta.
Alma, thanks so much for that information. Well, a local business owner is asking for your help to find the stolen cargo trailer. Take a look at that. The trailer was used to move Nico's ice cream push cart around town, but nearly a week ago, it was stolen from outside his Northeast Portland home. His neighbor's Nest camera caught what happened. Take a look at this. You can see an SUV hook up the trailer and then take off. Nico says it wasn't easy to find a cargo trailer like this one. He traveled to Idaho and paid thousands of dollars for it. With the recent car theft spike here in Portland, Nico says he's not surprised by what happened.
And that's why I had a wheel lock, a ball lock, and I had locks on all the doors. I mean, and obviously that still wasn't enough. So I'm not super surprised, unfortunately, but it does hurt.
A GoFundMe for Nico has already raised well over his goal. Now he's looking to buy a new trailer and hoping police can track down the person who stole the first one. All right, it is the final rush to get those last-second Christmas gifts. I hope that you got yours today. Stephen Rudlin caught up with some of those procrastinating at the Hollywood Fred Meyer.
At the Hollywood Fred Meyer in Northeast Portland, there's a sense of urgency in all the shoppers today.
But there's a line down the block and I have my baby with me. Ready to go?
Diane and Jessica Rowley are here shopping for Christmas morning.
We're just getting like spinach and cheese, I think. It's actually for breakfast.
Merry Christmas! Merry Christmas! Workers in their holiday costumes are keeping the product stocked. Everyone is here because of what tomorrow is.
The day we open presents.
Before we got here, I told my kids, can you just stay close to me because it's probably going to be really busy.
And it was busy. People were ready to buy despite the full aisles, long lines, and all the Christmas greetings.
I'm ready to see it too. Yes, we got snow, we got Christmas Eve, and we got regular sales, so yeah, great time.
Store manager Robert says the weather-ready tools like scrapers, rock salt, and firewood are selling fast.
Let's prepare for the Christmas, but of course prepare for the winter.
The wood will warm the Christmas spirit for Bay and her family.
Merry Christmas.
Folks shopping at the Jansen Beach TJ Maxx store procrastinated.
Yes.
way too long.
Trying to find the right thing for the right person.
And then there's a certain KGW TV procrastinator.
I've got a little last-minute shopping myself.
Just one more perfect thing to add to the Christmas spirit with my friends.
This'll work.
On my way to a happy new year, Merry Christmas, everybody. I'm Stephen Redlin, KGW News.